I bet you ham and eggers haven't been that cozy in your entire lives. My goodness, this thing is cozy. I really struggle with these. I've been praying a lot about it because I don't want to. I'm very careful about misleading people and about saying God said something that isn't in the scriptures. Um, But as I pointed out with several passages in the Bible, that when people have these dreams, it's pretty clear that they're not normal dreams. And that's what happened to me. These were just not normal dreams. They were visions. They were things that I just woke up just like, what? And when the second dream started to manifest itself in the world, like I started to see physical realities take place that seem to correspond to this strange dream. Again, strange just doesn't cut it. I don't know what to say. I took notice because I didn't go out and offer an interpretation, these things came to me. And it was just as bizarre in the real world experiencing particularly the second dream as it was when I woke up after the dream. The first dream, I thought, I don't know if this is something can ever be confirmed. So let me give you a quick refresher on the first dream. The first dream was actually the most, I'm going to use the word visceral. It was, but it really was. It was the most like, I don't like the word intense. It just seared itself in my mind more than even the second dream. And the first dream was, maybe it was because the first time I'd experienced something like this, but this one was, it was very, very light out, and all of us were eating in a cafeteria. I'm giving you the short version. We're eating in a cafeteria, and in the lower floor to one side was Harris. I have to use a little bit of code language here because the censor dogs will be out. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure they're really monitoring my channel for the mass media that it is. But um, there was Harris, right? And I said that I was doubtful that I struggled with the dream, thinking whether it couldn't have been her, but it was. And then there was something blinding her. And then floors up in the center of the building was Obama, who had his arms crossed. And then we were in an area taking our dirty dishes, and we were speaking very freely. We were even being critical of Obama. Uh, basically, he was putting himself in position where God belongs. That's what our criticism was based on, anyway. And I remember just being like, wow, we were just free to say whatever. We had everything we needed. There was no reason to fear anything or anything like that. It was a really encouraging dream. Now, right now, this is kind of the update to this. I'm seeing, and if you haven't gone to Turley Talks, his channel's really good. It might be overly optimistic in some ways, but it is good. And he was talking about what's happening in this administration right now, um, and that there's a division. And I remember that my questions about this dream was, well, what does this mean? Does this mean there's going to be because it seemed like there was that she had been suppressed in some way, that there was a clear division, or at least had different views of us, right? Obama was looking right at us, arms crossed, and she was blinded to us. And they seemed to be separated, right? She was in a lower level, he was at a higher level. And I remember somehow thinking this meant that, I could be wrong, but I was thinking that it meant there was a division. Now the question, so right now in this administration, there's a division between 46 and her, that he's made her quote unquote in charge of the biggest catastrophe in his administration, which is the southern border. And there is apparently she's not happy about it because it's making her look really bad. And there's this separation happening between them. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard this guy speak? I have. He isn't all there. Does anyone believe that that 46, does anyone believe that he's actually calling the shots here? I mean, I have suspected, and I bet many have suspected, that it's really Obama that's in charge. And this division could be actually between Harris and Obama. And that's kind of what struck me when I saw this. I started thinking about the first dream, and I was like, oh my goodness, man. That's possibly what's going on. Now, the question is, now this is speculation on my part, okay, right? I mean, I have not heard God speak. I have not received another dream. I'm just looking at the situation and going, that's interesting. I don't really know the whole case. But there was something about this that came out when I made my first videos on this, that there was something going on, that the Democrat Party was not responding well to her. And so the question is this, do those two people represent powers in that political party that are divided, or are those two people divided? And that may create separations in mass in certain areas within the party. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know. But I just thought I owed it to anyone who watches this, whether it's in the future or any time, to notice that things are happening. And, you know, I do think a lot of this happened as a result of recent elections, and that they were clearly taken off guard by those elections. One, I think they were more, I need to be careful with some of the language here. I'll just say they were, again, not that it matters. Okay, if I get a strike on my channel, oh, big deal. You know what I mean? And not that anyone cares. I wonder if the algorithm cares. But these were, they used the word, a different term for this most of the time. But that these were, say, choosings, right? They're a warning shot. They were more secure than people thought, I think. And that's a problem for many. And I think that was the thing that shocked me, is that it appeared that they were a little more secure than I thought they would be. At least not both of them, but one of them was, in an area where you would have thought it wouldn't have been. So keep thinking about that. It's praying about it. It's very interesting. And if you remember, there's a third dream too. Go back and check it out if you don't remember. There's a lot going on. And it's, like I said, it's just like these dominoes keep falling into place. And at some point, you got to give it up and say, okay, it looks like this is what's going to happen. Now, this is not a commentary on how good or bad or effective or ineffective those things may be. It just means, I think, that we should see that clearly that God is not detached from the world. God is active in the world. You can figure that out by reading the Bible, right? This is simply God's loving kindness, I think, comforting us and showing us in another way in which he's doing things. And I don't want to ignore it. I want to be on guard and really take it all in and understand it to the best of my abilities. Sorry if I rambled a little bit or if I didn't entirely make sense. I hope it was clear. If you don't know anything about those first videos, they're on my channel early on, like the second or third videos I made about some dreams that I had, and that they weren't normal dreams. So